So, Yokohama's a city that interests you, is it? Yokohama's certainly hosted a lot of big events recently. Yes, it has been in the international spotlight. Let me tell you a bit more about the place. For Japan, Yokohama's been a very important place for a long time, culturally and economically. You probably know that Japan had a long period, more than 200 years in fact, when there was practically no international diplomacy. But in the mid-19th century, after diplomatic relations were restored, 5 Japanese ports were opened to international trade. One of them was Yokohama. Yokohama soon became a gateway for all kinds of developments and influences. Examples? Well, how about steam locomotives? Japan's first telephone exchange. Soap. Gas lamps too. Things like that arrived in Yokohama first and then spread to the whole of Japan. Yokohama grew really quickly through international trade, and the port is still booming now, a century and a half later. These days? Well, ask a Japanese person what comes to mind when they hear the phrase port city, and I bet a lot of them will tell you Yokohama. Yokohama is a city that has been shaped by its experiences. People from all over the world used to disembark in Yokohama, spend some time in Japan, and eventually go back home from Yokohama as well. Yokohama still has a lot of Western buildings that are reminiscent of the old days and the way people lived back then. People are very fond of those buildings. A lot of foreigners in the old days settled down in Yokohama and stayed there all their lives. Of course, you see the same thing today. All kinds of foreigners live and study and work in Yokohama. Yokohama is a very open place, always welcoming new things. I think that character emerged naturally from the city's experiences. Yokohama certainly enjoys a fresh challenge, but it also takes great care of its traditions and history. A crossroads linking the past and the future. Yes, that's it. That's Yokohama. And that atmosphere is one reason why Yokohama is such a great place to get together for business or pleasure. A good place for a convention? It's not just good. I can't think of anywhere better. To begin with, so many people in Yokohama are really welcoming, like I just told you. And apart from that, well, just look at the city's location. Connections. Facilities for events, meetings, and exhibitions. The urban infrastructure is excellent. And you can have so much fun there. There's a whole range of cultural and entertainment facilities, and also nice big parks. When you want to take things easy, Yokohama has all kinds of interesting ways to let you get to know Japan better. Yokohama is also a fantastic place to take the family. You can have some amazing shopping experiences. And I'm not talking about just one good shopping area. There are all kinds of unforgettable streets and shopping centers and department stores. Let me tell you about just one part of town, the Minato Mirai 21 area. That place has been built from scratch over the last decade or so. It's all brand new, but it's also perfectly in keeping with Yokohama's history and traditions. It just keeps getting bigger and better. New businesses, new amusement facilities, something for everyone. And it's also well balanced. A model for the city of the future? You tell me. All I know is it's really popular. There's a great multi-purpose convention complex in Minato Mirai 21. It's called Pacifico Yokohama. It's made up of 4 big structures. They're all linked together. The conference center has about 60 rooms. You can find a perfect space for 1,000 people or just for 10. The main hall's dramatic. It seats more than 5,000 people. And the exhibition space is enormous. 20,000 square meters. Phew! And you can walk straight through into a world-class hotel. If you had a big meeting to arrange, you'd find it hard to go wrong with Pacifico Yokohama. Size, space, quality, plus a staff with years of conference experience and expertise. Is that the only big place for a meeting? No, of course not. Yokohama's full of fantastic convention facilities. Let's see. With a beautiful view of Yamashita Park and the Bay Area, Yokohama Symposia. Kanagawa Prefectural Hall. Yokohama Port Opening Memorial Hall. Very near the Shinkansen bullet train stop is Yokohama Arena. And if you wanted to get together with a few people, how about the International Stadium Yokohama? Room for 70,000 in there. The venue for the 2002 FIFA World Cup final, of course. Now then, where was I? Ah, yes. In a brilliant location right next to Yokohama Station, Shintoshi Hall. If you want to see a bit of the countryside, you could always head out to Shonan Village Center. Lovely place. Anyway, the list goes on and on. Oh, and one or two convention spaces give you a good feel for that cosmopolitan history I was talking about. Then you've got places for a real Japanese-style reception. Or you could have a party on a cruise ship. In Yokohama, anything like that is really easy to arrange. When you think about it, Yokohama's got just about the ideal space for any type of meeting. And every time Yokohama hosts a gathering, the city changes a bit too. Yokohama's always learning and evolving. What's the food and drink like? Haven't I said anything about that yet? Absolutely fantastic. For one thing, there's so much variety. Little Japanese bars and pubs, high-class Japanese restaurants, posh French restaurants, jazz bars. Ah, and here's something I bet you didn't know. Sukiyaki, Yokohama's very own gift to the world of Japanese cuisine. You've got to try that at least once. Oh, and of course, Chinese food. Yokohama must have one of the liveliest Chinatowns in the world. Where does everybody stay? Well, the choice is yours. Anything from reasonably priced smaller hotels to luxury world-class hotels. Those Yokohama hotels can put on some great parties too. What's that? Airport access? Oh, no problem. Road, rail. Yokohama's very easy to reach. Yokohama's really close to Tokyo, and it's simple to get to Osaka and other parts of Japan as well. Plus, you're getting more travel options in the city all the time. Or how about a day looking around shrines and temples in Kamakura? Fascinating. How close is Mount Fuji? Wow, you want everything, don't you? Well, don't worry, you can actually see Mount Fuji from Yokohama, and it's easy to get to. Even places like Kyoto and Nara are just a train ride away. Why even think about going somewhere else? Yokohama's got everything. An international port for the free exchange of values. A crossroads where time-honored traditions meet dynamic dreams. A forum for sharing information and culture. Yokohama is all of that and more. Well, here we are. I think you'll enjoy yourself. Come on, let's have some fun. Oh, see that corner over there? Yes, there's that one. From there, you can catch a glimpse of the future. Well, actually, you can see the future from every corner of this town. We're in Yokohama now.